Hey guys, Pastor Isaac here. I'm some really exciting news. We've been approved to meet at Fox Hollow Elementary School. This Sunday, October 7th, we're going to meet at Fox Hollow Elementary. We're going to have the same time, so 8 o'clock, trailer arrives, set up and everything. I believe Thursday Night Life Group has set up this month. We're going to have our Crosswalk service at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:30. Now, I know some of you couldn't make the meeting last month, and you're wondering, why are we leaving Smoky Hill High School? Why are we going to Fox Hollow? So I want to talk a little about that. Smoky Hill High School was a great place for us. We were there for 2.5 years. We really liked how visible it was. It was really easy for visitors to find us. I mean, a lot of people know where Smoky Hill High School is. But the downside was, that was a huge space. I mean, the auditorium was just huge, and it was not the right size for our church. We need some place that brings us together, that gives us that family feel, that helps us interact. That's what we're really strong at, is building strong relationships and just connecting authentically with other people. We started looking for a new place to meet, and then as October came up, we realized this is the time to go. So Sandra and I visited a lot of locations. Sandra did a ton of work. Thank you, Sandra, for all the places that you called and visited. And we talked to you guys. We asked, what are the things that are important to you? What do you really value? So when we looked for a new worship space, we had 5 things in mind. These came from you guys. A smaller, more intimate worship space. Classrooms for Crosswalk. A place where it's easier to set up, where we don't have to lug stuff so far. A location that's easy for visitors to find. We don't want something that's tucked way back off somewhere in a neighborhood, somewhere with some good cross streets that people recognize. And also an area for fellowship time, to spend that time together as adults at that 9:30 time. So we looked, and at that meeting we presented a couple options, and everyone voted to go to Fox Hollow. I'm excited for Fox Hollow. It has some really nice spaces. It has some great classrooms for kids. The worship area, we're going to be in a padded gym, you guys, but it's okay. We've been in padded gyms lots of times before. This is a pretty good space. A nice area where we can set up chairs. We can spread out chairs a little bit if kids need to play and stuff like that. I think it'll be a really nice space for us. And it will be a continual reminder that we are the church, right? The space doesn't make the church. We make the church. So that's Fox Hollow. I want to talk some about our long-term building plan, and that is to find a permanent worship space for the Crossing Church. That might be a building, it might be an office space, it might be we convert some space, but to find something that's permanently ours, for us to meet there every week to do worship. To not have to set up every single week and then pack it back up in the trailer so the band can have their stuff out. A place to practice throughout the week. Classrooms for Crosswalk. Can you imagine going to a closet and there is all the crafts and kid materials and everything that you need? It doesn't have to go back in the bins and in the trailer again every week. Guys, I think we've done a marvelous job with the setup. You guys have worked so hard. You've been so faithful. Thank you for doing that. You guys have done a really terrific job. And yet setup is also tiring. It puts a lot of time and a lot of sweat into that. We're ready to take that energy and place it elsewhere. So there's a lot of great things that would come from having a building. I already mentioned not having to set up, coffee time, a kitchen there, for me to have an office there to do my studying, to do counseling from there. All that would be really wonderful. And to invite people from the community to use it, to allow others to come in and use that space for different functions, like a sports awards night or kids soccer awards night or whatever. There's lots and lots and lots of things we can do to engage the community. So that's our long-term building plan of finding a permanent space. And in the meantime, we're going to land at Fox Hollow. It's a good place to plug in. It's going to be a nice space for us. It's only 4 minutes south of Smoky Hill High School, so it's not like it's terribly far away or anything like that. We can still be involved in the community. We can still be making disciples, to focus on the health of our church, to worship God passionately, to connect with one another authentically, to grow together, and then finally to go and tell the gospel.